everyone, welcome to IIT Forum. Today, we are very proud to invite 4 speakers to our forum. The first speaker is Ms. Lee Hui Ling, the Director of Trip Company. And the second speaker, Ms. Om Sangari, and the third speaker, Ms. Lim Hui, who is an accounting profession from Deloitte, and Ms. Kiong Xue Ting is a tax administrator from Lembaga Hasil Dalam Negeri. Today, our topic is about digital taxation. Before we start our forum, let us see the result about a survey on the weakness of current tax system that currently conducts through Facebook. From the feedback, we can know that basically the taxpayers are facing some common problems like the tax return from Form C is hard to understand. Tax return by check only, the procedures of tax return is very inconvenient for them and so on. One of the reviewers mentioned that these problems are the factors causing the tax evasion to occur. Ms. Kiong, can you explain more details about the factors that cause the occurrence of tax evasion?
Actually, the problems that mentioned by Dan can be sorted into one factor, which is complexity of the taxation system and administration. SSS will be accessed by everyone who comes from different backgrounds like stages of education or level of tax knowledge, and this causes many errors are detected during the computation of tax return. Instead of this factor, there is 2 more factors that cause evasion to happen, which are natural behaviors of people understanding towards tax and probability of detection or audited. Due to a higher financial commitment for tax payment in our country, which is still developing, taxpayers look into ways to evade tax, and the taxpayer compliance are decided by the probability of being detected and fined. For instance, the higher the probability of being audited, the lower the occurrence of compliance behaviors and the lower chance for tax evasion to happen.
So, seems like the problems should be solved as soon as possible to prevent it bring severe impact to our economy. Nowadays, the world is going digitalization, and our government is intended to change the tax system to be digitalized. So, what is the meaning of digitalization and what the technology can be applied in the tax system? Here is a video to answer these 2 questions for us. So, after watching this introduction video, I think all of us are more understand about digital taxation. Our speakers for today all are individual taxpayers. So, I would like to ask about the benefits of digital taxation anticipated by individual taxpayers. Ms. Lee, as an individual taxpayer, what benefit anticipated by you if the taxation system become digitalization?
Okay, so as a taxpayer, what I anticipate is transparency, which is entirely open about payments and provides full insight into financial statements down to the last detail. So based on my understanding about blockchain technology, the distributed ledgers created by using this technology can be made private to a restricted group, and therefore the data is fully transparent to them, but at the same time it still remain confidential to the outsider. So furthermore, country by country reporting enables tax administrators locally and internationally to collaborate and exchange the information, as it will enhance data analytics and governance. So it can reduce compliance costs and substantially increase satisfaction among the taxpayers.
Besides, real-time communication applied in the tax system will definitely save time because it can take place without transmission delays. As the network becomes decentralized instead of centralized, we can just upload the information and transactions in the network, then share with other parties in a secure manner. Besides, we can faster get a refund without waiting for too long if we are using an e-file or direct deposit. And since the taxation system is digitalized and the form we need to fill has become simple, therefore we can do it ourselves and save the money for taking the service from tax agents. The payroll system applied the blockchain technology. The employer has a government agent withholds taxes from the payments to the employee's earnings, and hence transaction costs are reduced. So the digital taxation can save time and costs.
By adopting the new technology, fraud and error may detect easily as all transaction is provided in an open view. With this feature, we will change our behavior and be more alert. The probability to get called for non-compliance will be high under the new technology. As a result, the tax gap will be reduced and indirect increase the revenue.
Besides this, does Ms. Lim have any opinion to add on?
Yes, in my opinion, by digitalizing the tax system, tax compliance can be enhanced as new technology requires taxpayers to report payments and identifications data of users to enable searching and on group information. The information can be accessed easily by everyone, especially the regulators, as all the records are being stored in the network. It gives the information needed for tax administrator to make the job easier and thus improve tax compliance. In short, by adopting the new technology, all the information can be accessed easily.
Yes, digital taxation can bring a lot of benefits to us, but I think at the same time it will consist of some challenges also. Ms. Ong, could you please tell us what are the challenges we will face by the taxpayers?
The biggest challenge that I think will face by the taxpayers is digital exclusion. Due to generation difference in uptake of innovation, individuals believe about offering data to the state. Disability, remote area, cost of compliance. Some users might either reluctant or unable to utilize digital strategy to communicate with the government or do not have records in the suitable format for employee compliance.
Yes, I agree with Ms. Ong. Some more internet coverage and the level of infrastructure of the country are playing an important role in the process of digitalization. In Malaysia, internet speed is still not so fast to fully support on the new technology that apply on taxations. There are still rural areas which still do not have the internet coverage in our country.
Besides, cost and complexity also will be a challenge for digital taxation. The benefits of digitalization may be clear to us, but in the short term, the progress usually builds costs and the gains may take a few years to realize. This sort of spending can be politically hard to justify. Besides, compulsory electronic record keeping and other required taxpayer activities will give costs on taxpayers, which will likewise attract a resistance between them. Moreover, the government also have to put more ambitious digitalization efforts to link the data together from a variety of legacy systems, as the legacy system keep updating and upgrading from time to time, and the data has to be transmitted from the old system to the new system.
Ms. Kyung, you seems like got something to add on, doesn't you?
Yeah, for your information, in our country, receipts for e-filing are needed to keep for 7 years as evidence, and this might have problem of the ink of the receipt will fade during the storing period. When the tax officer wants to check for evidence, the receipt cannot be proved by the tax officer. For apply the digital taxation, not only government face the bill cost, they also have additional costs to taxpayers. For instance, purchasing new programming software to comply with new requirements. Free software traces might be available, but there is no assurance that their quality may be sufficient.
I do have something to add on. Digital taxation also having the taxpayers to face the challenge of security and privacy. The taxpayers are exposed to the potential abuse such as identity theft and other cyber attacks, especially in the transmissions of the highly confidential and valuable information regarding the payment of tax. The taxpayers also have to expose their data and information when the government collect and gather all those data related to tax payment and analyze it, where the taxpayers have somehow lose their privacy to a certain extent.
So, to conclude, technology like blockchain is still not a common application for our life usage yet. So, if the government could have a more concrete and successful user case before using on taxation, it would be easy to implement. Thank you to all the speakers for an amazing talk. We really learned a lot. Now, our lesson has come to an end. Before we have ended our forum, there is a video that explains the ways that digital taxation improve the future of the tax system. Hope you all gain some information and enjoy this video. See you all next week. Bye!
Digital taxation can improve the future of tax system in many ways, such as digital taxation reduces mistakes in taxes. Relying on the paper and submitting a tax return once a year will lead to many mistakes. When a mistake is made in a financial ledger of a company at the beginning of the year, it may cause serious discrepancy over time, but it may not be realized until it's time to file a return. In this case, accountants and the related parties will have to spend more time to ensure compliance. Digital taxation also increases the efficiency of tax. This is because digital taxation provides a greater standardization of information exchange with tax administration platforms, which leads to a more profitable data. In this case, tools like AI helps in examining through detailed costs, revenue, and related operational data, which at last provide a more optimal decisions and strategies. Furthermore, companies can also use the same profitable data and tools in order to improve their tax planning to be more efficiency. And last but not least, digital taxation can improve the future tax system in terms of security, but help to tackle underreporting, evasion, and fraud of data. This can be done when tax administrators adapt to blockchain, which is one of the types of digital technology to improve the future of tax system. Blockchain makes the fraud and errors easier to detect because the system provides clear and transparent information about the transactions and items in the network. For example, it can easily detect whether the value-added tax has been paid or not, and also the fraud in value-added tax. Moreover, blockchain can improve the future tax system in terms of control. This simply means that the access to permission networks is restricted to identified users. Therefore, when the control is restricted, it is definitely secure when the system is automated. In conclusion, digital taxation will not only help the business to save time and money when reporting, it also increases the efficiency by reducing the mistakes in tax and improve the future tax system in terms of security by helping to tackle underreporting, evasion, and fraud of data, as the system provides a clear and transparent information about the transactions.